Thanks, Chief.
Don't call me Chief.
Yes, Chief.
Don't call me Chief.
Just a minute, Jimmy.
I'll phone you when I get out there this evening, Chief. And don't call me Chief. Have you got any ideas, Chief?
You're supposed to be a reporter. You get the ideas, and don't call me Chief.
Sure good to see you again, Chief.
Don't call me Chief.
Gosh, Chief.
Don't call me... Well, all right, James. This is one time you may call me Chief.
Duffy Connors is here.
Hello.
I called you Connor Duffy at the door,
Yeah.
but that's your real name.
Oh, I've been outed on the podcast
Yeah.
immediately.
But what's
This
the crack
gotcha
there?
journalism, man.
Yeah.
CHIEFCAST.
We're exposing you. What's the crack there?
I was ungoogleable.
Ungoogleable.
Yeah, if you search Connor Duffy, you just get like 100 Irish country western singers.
Ah,
Really?
okay.
But you
yeah.
search Duffy Connors, it's just me because it's a
Oh,
fake name.
Okay, I thought you were going to say Connor Duffy. If you search it, you'll see like,
Yeah.
you know, your past that you've been trying to escape.
No,
that you left behind in Ireland, like just horrendous allegations and stuff. No.
Well, I did. I once went by Connor Laser Duffy. That was my rap name.
Connor Laser Duffy.
Yeah.
You were a rapper.
Not really.
Hold that a little bit closer to your face.
A kind of more of a funny kind of rapper. Not.
Oh, it was part of your act, like.
Well, this was before I did stand. This was like when I was a teenager.
Right.
So it was all that I had.
Right, Connor. Why Laser?
Because
Pinpoint accurate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
lyrics.
Yeah. Red hot lyrics.
but I didn't spell it in a rap way. I spelled it scientifically with an S as opposed to a Z.
Oh,
Ah.
Because it's an
Can't do
acronym.
that.
Yeah, that's no wonder your rap career didn't take off. You can't be spelling fucking
Yeah.
words accurately, like.
yeah.
Fuck me. Where are you from in Ireland again?
Mayo.
Ah, Mayo.
Mayo?
Mayonnaise.
Like mayonnaise?
Yeah.
Wow. Is that where it comes from?
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I forgot improv. Yes. Yeah.
Yes, yes. Connor
Yes,
Duffy.
and
His family are they invented mayonnaise.
wow.
Yeah. No, it's County Mayo. Yeah, I went to the Gaeltacht, I think, in Mayo. Is there a
Ah,
Gaeltacht
so
in
did
Mayo?
I. Because when I went to the Gaeltacht, I went nowhere. I just
The
went
gay
down the road.
Tuck? Is
The
that where
Gael-
they sick gay guys go and tuck their penis?
Yeah, they took their penises in, see if they like it. If they don't, they send them back.
Yeah.
I think we've talked about about the Gaeltacht. We've talked about it.
No.
So in Ireland, the Gaeltacht is where you get sent there when you're a teenager for like a summer. How long? Like 6?
Yeah, 6 weeks.
6 weeks. You go there and you have to speak Irish.
Mm.
It's to try and get you to learn Irish.
Mm.
You can't speak English. If you do, you get fucking shot. And you go for like 6 weeks. You finger some girls.
Did you go?
And yeah, I went. Yeah,
Oh, wow.
6 weeks. Actually, no, I think I went to Ishke in Donegal.
Oh, okay.
Sounds Jewish.
Ishke.
Yeah.
It's Irish for racism. Yeah. So no, it was like a
You
water.
went to racism?
I went to racism, yeah, and then racism came. It's not going to come if the what's the expression? The mountain in Muhammad.
Well,
If the mountain won't come to
home is where
Muhammad,
the heart is.
something like that. Yeah. So but anyway, I remember I first met you when we first came here. When I first came here, how long have you been here?
6 years.
6 years. Okay, yeah. Why did you come here in the first place?
Just comedy.
Really?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
came here. Yeah. Okay. But you started in Ireland.
Yeah, I started in Ireland in uni. And I ran a comedy club for 2 years in Galway. And it was the most money I ever made in comedy.
Oh, right, okay.
Many years ago.
Right. Okay.
That's when I peaked at 20.
Right, okay. And then you came here, and the last time I was talking to you was we were doing the log.
Yeah.
Was it the last? No,
No, it's not. But
because because we used to do the log. I don't know if you were
The Hampstead Heath log.
the Hampstead Heath log.
I got added to the group chat, but I never actually committed.
Yeah,
to
it was a real group of rapscallions, and I remember once we were there, and we were doing the log, and it was my turn.
This is an
to-
open mic in a park.
It's an open mic in the middle of a forest.
Yeah.
Rarely got an audience, you know.
Wait, you sometimes had an audience?
Well, mainly squirrels and things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mainly little like budgies and things like that, but never the odd homeless guy. But one time it was my turn to go on, and this
Go on what?
go on. yeah.
his turn to stand
I'm up in the forest. Yeah.
It was my tie. Yeah, it was the bright lights.
You got given the talking stick.
Yeah, did we even have a?
No, we had nothing.
Yeah.
I used to host the log because if I didn't have any new stuff that week, I could.
Yeah, I'm hosting a log right now.
Yeah.
I need to take a shit. But
Rob would be hours late to the log, which is crazy because he was the one person not drinking on a Friday night.
Yeah,
so.
you are an alcoholic, and we will get into that. But
that was why there was a log. It was an excuse to drink at 2 p.m.
So the only reason Peacock has a podcast is because he needs an excuse to drink at 2 in the day. But we were there, and then these children ran out into our little area, our little secluded spot in the woods, and then I think the mother kind of was chasing after them, and she stumbled upon us. She was like, "Oh, what's going on here?" Or like, "Oh, it's just a comedy show." When you think about it, it's so bizarre. Yeah, it's just a comedy show. And she's like, "Oh, don't mind me. I'm just trying to round up some kids." And then I was like, so am I.
Yeah.
So am I. And then she was like, and then who's was girlfriend at the time, she just got up and stormed off.
She stormed off?
Yeah, she stormed off. Yeah. I think that was like, there was a lot of pedo jokes, and that was like the straw that broke back.
Yeah,
I think,
There's never a bad excuse to leave the log.
No, yeah. I mean, the fact that we were there in the first place, and for a woman to go into the woods with a bunch of fucking comedians is, that's risky.
It was a mostly male-attended gig.
Mostly, mainly, only men, I'd say. Yeah, but the log is no more.
No, so it was basically an excuse for me to start drinking at 2 p.m., continue drinking until I did Cafe Mode, and then go out with the comedians from Cafe Mode.
That's 7 hours of drinking.
Yeah.
It was great. But then I got a girlfriend, so I stopped.
Yes, yeah, that'll change things. So did you start the log?
No. It was started by Pat McCabe.
Ah, yes,
Yeah.
Pat McCabe,
Who's
yeah.
that?
He's dead now, is he?
No, not the rider now.
No, all right, okay.
Not the
Pat McCabe's still going.
Yeah.
And the club you had in Galway, was that also a log in a forest, or was that like a proper...
No, that was we had it downstairs. We make pretty much no money, not in summer, but in summer we were making €50 a week each, which was
it's the big bucks.
Wait,
Exactly,
making 50
yeah.
from what?
from running the comedy club. Because
Not the log.
No, not
no,
the
no,
log.
not the
Okay,
log,
sorry.
not the
I was going to say.
This is his club in
Gotcha.
Galway, yeah.
The log never turned a profit, but it never made a loss either because it
never
didn't
made a
cost
loss.
anything.
You didn't even find a penny in the woods somewhere?
We broke even.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I remember that because it was the first summer I moved here, and you would start drinking. And it was like, what time did we meet there? Like 2 o'clock? 2 p.m.? And then you guys would just drink all day and then go and do Cafe Mode.
Yeah.
And then I think one night you ended up back in the park with Ed Mulvey.
No, I was in it. That also happened. But I also end up in Hyde Park after Cafe Mode.
Yes.
A different night.
Blowing men, probably.
But I took a picture and put it in the group chat and pretended it was.
Yes.
I was still at the log.
Yeah, okay. And are you still drinking now? Or that much, are you?
Not as much by day.
Okay, the day drinking has subsided a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's mostly a nighttime activity.
It's a night. Yeah, it's probably for the best. And because I remember at the time as well, you were working as a what were you? You were a porter in a hospital, was it?
Yes, and the hospital was right beside the Hampstead Heath as well.
Yes.
Oh, wow. Were you also wearing a costume for a job?
Yeah. So I've done a bit of mascotting.
Yeah.
I've done a bit.
You're in
of
the
dress
mascot
up.
industry?
Yeah, so I've dressed up as a lot of the more sexier animals. No, it was usually like some horrible corporate company that has an animal in their title, and I dress up as that animal.
What animals are we talking about here? Like,
I can probably put them on blast. Page Tiger was the name of
Page Tiger.
Yeah, I don't know. They did something incredibly boring, so they tried to use a tiger to jazz it up.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Page like a book?
I don't know.
Or like pages?
I never understood what the companies did, which is luckily no one could ask me questions because I always had to remain mute in the costume.
Wow.
Oh, you weren't allowed. You signed like an NDA.
No. I don't think they had any
No.
corporate secrets.
No. So you did Jizz Tiger, and then you're dressed up as a tiger. And where did you have to go as a tiger?
So it was just in like a big conference place,
Right,
and I'd just be there dancing around to try and entice people in.
Okay.
Oh, and this annoyed me, right? They were giving out, if you signed up to be their client or whatever, you got a free tiger.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, could I have one for my girlfriend? And they were like, no. Oh, no. They said, oh, we'll wait till the end of the day, knowing they'd run out.
Right. Okay.
Oh.
Okay. And what else? What other animals did you dress up as?
I've been a penguin, a bear, a teddy bear, as opposed to, so different kinds of bears.
Okay. What were you a penguin for?
I was a penguin for Miniso, the Japanese toy company. And they wanted me to dance more. And I'm like, I can barely move the legs. Like,
Right.
It's more.
Yeah.
Oh,
What do you have to
wow.
dance?
Yeah, but all I could do is flap the arms. Really, the legs, I could barely wobble.
Yeah,
back
penguins
and forth.
aren't known for their dancing abilities.
What
now.
about happy
They're-
feet?
They're very happy. That's a good. Yeah.
Wow.
Did you ever meet Morgan Freeman? No.
No.
That wasn't.
We
he
want
wasn't
different.
Happy Feet.
What?
That was March of the Penguin.
Oh my
Oh.
penguins!
Yeah.
My bad. Who was in? You
you
weren't
seen
in
the
Happy
sequel?
Feet.
No.
Huh?
Have you seen the sequel?
March of the
April of the Penguin.
Oh, there we go. That's the title.
Yeah.
I wonder how those penguins are getting on now. They're probably all dead, are they?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's their
Yeah.
lifespan?
I think the fame went to their heads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they
Yeah.
all developed like crack and cocaine addict. They just couldn't handle the publicity.
The feet got too happy.
The feet got way too happy. Yeah, the sad feet now. But I'd say there was some guy with a foot fetish who like rented that movie thinking it was like it's about feet, you know, and he's like, "That's about fucking penguins." You know what I mean?
He still would have found a
And
way.
yeah, he was like, "Oh, fucking well, may as well." And the next thing, he's got a penguin fetish. But anyway, so you dressed up as a penguin for a Japanese
Toy company.
toy company. And was this in Japan or was it in
No,
London?
this was in London. Yeah, they've
Oh,
got
okay.
a few branches around. I'm still promoting them. I'm still.
You're still promoting them, yeah. And you said a bear. What was that? Was that a sexual in the bedroom thing, or was it?
So I was
Was it one of those pornos where the guy comes in, the dancing bear?
I was a teddy bear for a clothing company, and I was a bear for a like gummy bear company.
Oh, okay. Okay, so were you like hot property in the mascot?
Just
world?
We need Duffy.
Yeah,
bidding
we need
wars.
Duffy.
Yeah, no, not at all.
This guy's got the skill.
It was whoever was
Have
willing.
you seen him
to-
flap?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of people willing to do it, especially some of the, sometimes I was paid well for it and sometimes I wasn't.
Is
Yeah.
the first question they ask, do you have any dignity?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're
Luckily, usually the client pities you. So
Yes.
like, oh, take breaks for as long as you want, you know. And I did take a lot of breaks.
Did you I'm just picturing you smoking a cigarette with a penguin head in your hand.
Yeah,
just-
like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like surely it gets hot in those fucking
yeah.
suits, no?
So there is, in most of them, yeah. There is ones where you, like inflatable ones, where there's
Yeah.
actually lots of space in the middle, so you actually
Yeah.
don't get too hot in them.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But most of them are cheap and not like that. And
Right.
So
you're
you're like
just
a
dying.
living inflatable arm man. Like
Yes, yeah.
Yeah. Wacky, what's a wacky wavable,
Wacky,
inflatable,
wavy inflatable arm man.
something like that. Yeah. So what are you doing now? Are you?
Oh yeah, I got a new job. I'm working in an escape room.
Ah, okay. I'd like to see you escape this room.
yeah,
You
We're
work
gonna
from
tie
home?
you up and rape you.
Yeah, for the fans. Oh god, you're lucky you can't see the rest of the room. They've prettied up this part for you.
Oh, they
Yeah.
have. The only
Do you
reason I
do
clean
that-
this room is
Do you do that from home?
No.
work from home, work in an escape room. But so you're working in an escape room. What do you do in the escape room?
So basically, I go, hey guys, you're gonna have to do this. Then
Yeah.
they go in the room, and then if they're shit, I go, oh, double check the cupboard. You know. Look
Oh,
at
you
me.
give them hints.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And okay, right. So, but when I last you were doing this porter job in a hospital, and if I remember correctly, you said you'd go in, you'd do it drunk, like you would go in.
Not always.
Yeah.
If I had a gig before, well, no.
Yeah.
If I specifically had a gig before that had free alcohol at, which is a gig that no longer exists. So-
Oh,
What
you would
was
work
that
at
gig?
night.
Hmm?
So you would work at night. You'd go in.
Yeah, exactly. I'd work like 10:30 at night to 7:30.
And what are you
in the
porting?
morning.
Dead bodies or soon to be dead?
Some dead bodies. Luckily, there's not really like much being done at night in terms of procedures, so it's just people who've died in their bed. So, and if you're lucky,
nice.
they don't get discovered till the morning when you're already gone.
If you're lucky, yeah.
exactly.
Are they still warm?
So the good thing was when I was working there, it was the nurses who had to like wrap them up like a mummy, and then so you're not really touching the body, you're just touching the sheets.
Right.
So I didn't really feel their temperature.
They just wrap them up in the sheets they were sleeping in.
Yeah, I believe
Just
so.
like-
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then we go downstairs, stick them in the fridge.
Along with the chicken nuggets and
At
the,
Christmas,
and
they
the-
my work lunch.
and the
yeah.
peas, yeah. You put your name on the body. Do not eat Stuffy's body
At Christmas, do they put like festive wrapping on them? Like,
with little bows.
yeah.
Put them under a tree. So you got to. And did you ever?
Is this present from Grandma? Well, in a way.
Yeah, in a way. And did you ever now think about maybe doing a bit of a Jimmy Savile and having your wicked way with the bodies? No?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No, I never did.
You never did.
But here's the thing about being drunk. It's funny because when I'd arrive, I'd be way better for the first hour because I'd be full of beans. I'd be running around that place.
Yeah.
But then you'll get a bit hungover and a bit slower. So.
Next thing you know, you're hungover and you're dragging Gladys down the hall.
Yeah.
And you're fucking tag on her toe like, Jesus
Aren't you
Christ.
Gladys, not you?
Yeah.
But but yeah, no, because I think I have spoken about this, but I worked in like as a janitor in like an old folks or like a retirement home, and then in a part of a hospital where it was like people who were recovering from strokes, right? And you would go in.
Sorry, I took such a long break. I was recovering from a stroke.
Oh, make sure to power hose down Gladys. But yeah, like you would go. What I always found funny about the job that I had was that they eventually sent me to like a general hospital where there was people of all ages. But before they sent me there,
Is that the hospital that's in charge of all the other hospitals?
Yeah. And then there's the HQ, and they
Huge
were like
queer.
That was your title.
Yeah. Someone get the huge queer down here. The huge queer. So before they sent me to the general hospital, they were like, we need you to do Garda vetting, like background check. What I found hilarious was that they were fine sending me to look after old people, because I think they were like, who cares if he, fucks them? You know what I mean? It's the children we're worried about.
Well, everyone knows that.
No one wants to fuck the old people.
Yeah.
That's true. But they don't know. I could have been like a serial fucking OAP rapist.
No, I think
you know
a lot
what
of
I mean?
people do.
Well, this is the thing. You go into, you clean the rooms. It would just be you, and I never did anything.
And you're like, it would be so easy.
But this is the thing.
Yeah.
I tried to do a bit about it, and people were just like, "We get the vibe that you actually did do something to his body."
Yeah.
So I had to stop doing it.
Yeah.
But you'd go into rooms, and it would just be you, and then there'd just be some fucking cunt like this.
Wow.
Just mouth agape. They're gone. They're away with the fairies. You'll never wake them up.
And now
You
here's
could
another one.
so easily stick your flute in their mouth.
Yeah.
And no one would. They might be like, "Why is there a ginger pube in his teeth?" That's the as long as you like clear it out, there, you got a toothbrush and you cleared out. That's the only way. But like, I could have easily have lost my virginity in that hospital. You know what I mean? And
There's still time.
There's still time. There is, but that was brutal. And did you get fired from that job now?
No, you'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
No. They, I stopped going.
You stopped turning up.
Yeah. Well, no, I stopped booking shifts. I didn't I wasn't booked on a shift and didn't turn up. I just kept saying, I'm busy while I was doing other work, and then slowly faded out.
Were you doing like
That's the best way to quit.
Well, that and other kind of promo stuff, handing out flyers, giving out free samples. All that kind of stuff. Because I could do that during the day.
Because you'll do anything except get a real job.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, I can't talk, but I just picture this would be so funny if like you were shit faced and then you're doing like a mascot job, and then you went into the hospital and you forgot that you were in your mascot thing. You just come in, you're in the penguin costume like this, and you're like, "All right, Gladys," and you're just wheeling out a dead body dressed as a penguin. Now that would be fucking funny, like, but yeah, hospitals are they're fucking depressing fucking places. Like, so what are you doing now?
Escape room.
Escape room, yes, sorry, escape room. And do you enjoy that, or is it?
I do, because there's it's someone's day out, so they're full of beans, and
right,
and you always convince them they did well. That's what you've got to do.
You what?
You got to convince them they did well, even if you gave them 100 clues. At the end of it, they've got to think they did.
And how many? Like,
it's a bit of an Inception kind of deal.
Does anyone that just can't figure it out?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Even though you're just telling them by the end.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even then you might just have to flick the door open yourself.
Wow!
Just convince them. No, you looked at the door. That opened it.
Oh yeah, you looked 3 times. At
yeah,
the right
that
time.
was the code that was in the mirror. Yeah, it was all there.
How did someone even think of that as like a business? Do you know what I mean? Or as an activity. Let's just lock a bunch of cunts in a room and see if they can get out.
It's incredibly popular.
It's incredibly, but people love getting out of rooms that are very difficult to get out of. But and can you you probably have how long have you been doing this?
2 months.
Okay, and have you developed like a spidey sense for like you'll see someone coming in and you're like, they're retarded, they're not going to be able to.
Yeah, if they open a drawer and don't find the thing that's in the drawer, you're like, oh, okay, this is going to be a tough hour to get
Right,
into.
right, okay. Yeah, I've never done an escape room now because I just
How many
I don't
different
know.
escape rooms are there in there? Is it just one every room?
So there's 3 different rooms.
Yeah, okay. And do they change them up?
No. But they are opening a new location where they're updating the games, which makes me think the old location is just going to wither and die.
And what do the rooms? Is it just like someone's bedroom, like with the? It's just some
Could we
old,
start a business in here?
Yeah, with some old lady sleeping in the corner. Like what? What do the rooms look like?
Well, you can theme them any way you want.
Yeah.
The one escape room I did before I got the job, I did a Saw escape room, which has since gone out of business.
Why? Because you actually made people cut off their limbs to.
Well, I think the overheads were more because when you pay people to like act in it, then suddenly you need a lot more people on the game.
Yeah. My brother used to be working like a scare house as like he'd jump out and scare people, and I think he got punched once.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Some guy was like, "You fucking cunt," and So, but
I imagine an island it's like that.
Yeah. I wouldn't be in a hurry to. I remember once I did. Did you ever do the Bram Stoker Museum in Dublin? There's a Bram Stoker who was what is he? Did he write Dracula?
Yeah.
He wrote Dracula, Irish guy. We invented Sudocreme as well in Ireland. Yeah.
What cream?
Sudocreme.
Sudocreme and mayonnaise. That's what.
Yeah, Sudocreme and mayonnaise is easy to get
Same
them
thing,
mixed up. Yeah. They had a Bram Stoker museum, and I remember we went there for like one of my friends' birthday parties, and we would have been like 10 or 11, and I got halfway through it, and I just started screaming. I was like, ah! Terrified, like
because there was a book.
What? No, there was a naked woman. But I ran out, and then I had to spend the rest of the party like with the guy's mom, and yeah, I got bullied kind of relentlessly for that. But it was so funny. The guy who ran, wait till you hear this, right? So there was the guy who opened the Bram Stoker Museum in Dublin, right? He used to be a teacher in my primary school. He got fired because he punched a kid.
What?
Right?
How old was the kid?
9 or 10 or something. Yeah. His name was what was his name again? Mr. McIntyre, I think was his name. He punched a kid, or he did something to a kid, and then he got fired. And then he tried to become a politician in the local area, and I was like, no, that's the guy who punched the kid in the school. So then that fell through.
He should have leaned into that.
He should have leaned in. It's just like, my policy is going to be, we're going to fucking punch all the kids that we want to punch. And then that didn't happen. And he was like, well, do you know what I'm going to do? Set up a fucking Bram Stoker museum above a gym.
That'll show him.
That'll show him. Yeah.
Then I could scare even more children.
yeah. Then I'll have an excuse to punch kids. And then he opened a fucking Bram Stoker museum, and maybe that's going well for him. I don't fucking know. Like, but so you're working in this escape room, and I mean, I've just the same as yourself. I mean, I'm allergic to any job that's a real job of any description. Like, you'd be the same.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I never 9 to 5. I mean, I can imagine me turning up somewhere at 9 a.m. It's just not gonna happen.
No. And that shirt with the glasses, stinking of booze. But
if it's an event, then it's like, oh, it's a crazy event host. Yeah, it'll be fun.
Yes, yeah, exactly. But what was I going to say now? But you have a missus now.
Yeah.
So was it you or Joe? Was it you who lived with all the trannies in the house? Was it you?
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
That's not what they call themselves.
Yeah. No, the trans. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry if that.
No,
you wouldn't call them trannies now. But
actually, I don't live with them anymore, so it's fine.
You don't live with them anymore. Yeah, you got sick of their antics.
They're still alive, though.
Yeah.
Right?
I haven't checked in.
What?
I haven't checked in.
You haven't checked in. Right, so you were living with...
So actually, it was more non-binaries, but there was a trans person who just as I was about to move out, I found out was on OnlyFans. Too late.
Only trans.
Oh. Yeah.
So so you were living in, if I remember this correctly, it was you and how many other people?
4 other people.
And they were all non-binary or...
I think, no, there was one other... There was like one token straight person in the house. And
okay.
Then what were you?
He's bisexual.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So
I had to be to get in the house. You know, they already had the
it
straight
seems
slot.
like that was a
so,
fucking requirement was to be one of the alphabet people.
Yeah.
And what was it like living with it sounds like they're like otherworldly creatures. Like, what was it like living with trans people? Well, it's probably the same.
Yeah, well, it was. Well, they kept it. It kept its pronoun was it. It kept it.
Oh yeah,
itself.
you had an it living with you.
Yeah,
Well,
which
they
is,
actually
yeah,
wanted to be
and
it.
it's very hard to talk about it without sounding like you're insulting it. You
Yeah.
get yeah.
Wow.
Pennywise.
Yes, I lived
Yeah,
with
you were living with Pennywise.
Pennywise stayed in its room, focusing on
wow.
its evil schemes.
Yeah,
killing children. Yeah.
Children around. Yeah. And and why did something happen that you had to move out, or did you just,
No, I just wanted to move in with the girlfriend.
with the girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yes. How long have you been seeing this lady?
2 years this week, actually.
Oh,
Yeah.
congratulations.
That's the only reason I'm wearing a shirt is because I'm going out later.
All right.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Oh well, tell her we said hello. You know, this is interesting. She obviously knows you're bisexual, right?
Yeah.
Now I've heard that some women get put off by the idea of being with a man who's been with a man.
Sure. Yeah.
That's obviously not the case with this.
No. So she's bi as well.
Ah,
Yeah, she's
get
saying
out of
bi.
town.
No, I'm
Yeah. So she's bi as well. Okay, buy and sell. And she, do you ever like get free, like, you know,
Bring some friends
into the mix?
Well, next anniversary. We'll save it till next year.
Okay, all right.
3-year threesome.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. No, that's going to get more exciting as the years.
Yeah.
Although when we're in our 70s, it's going to hard to get like 50 people.
You'll know enough people by then.
Yeah,
You just accumulate
Just
them.
the whole nursing home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember, the first time that I think you said something about being bisexual or something was when you were on stage and you were telling a story about the ferryman.
Sure. Yeah.
Do you know this story? Well, Duffy, the stage is yours.
So I don't want to tell the fairy story because it's my closer, but I will tell a very similar story.
No, tell the story. It's fucking. There's 5 people listening to this.
The story I wanted to. It's a lesser known one, so it's more
Right.
exclusive to the podcast.
Okay,
Ooh.
all right.
And it's about the first time I had a male encounter.
Oh, okay.
I was drunk. Yeah.
Were you a mailman?
Imagine that.
Yeah. First time I got post.
So I was doing a gig where the drink was free, so I got
Yes.
destroyed. And then a cokehead joined the party and was giving us free coke. So
Hugh Peacock.
it wasn't. This was pre-Peacock.
Right, pre-Peacock.
Yeah,
Peacock.
I mean, not him being alive, but him doing stand-up.
Right, yeah.
Pre-cock. That's one of your housemates.
Oh God! Have you ever seen Peacock's cock?
No, actually. I mean, maybe accidentally at a urinal, or maybe at the log.
Yeah, accidentally. Yeah,
we all had the logs out.
Yeah.
Pre-log
I
piss.
think it looks like a log. His dick probably smells. I'm just throwing that out
Speculating, yeah.
there. Hugh's listening. Hugh's a loyal
Can that
listener.
be the name of the episode?
Oh, Hugh
Peacock's cock probably smells.
Smells. Oh God, smells like, I was going to say someone's breath there, but we won't. We won't do that.
Smells like teens and spirit.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm worried about Peacock. Yeah, he's gonna die soon.
I think none of us are living well. None of us.
No, does this look like the room of a man who's looking after his health? No. This room is a physical representation of the inside of my body and my mind. But
You got a bottle of champagne in there.
yeah. There's a ladder and a gay flag. But anyway, so this is your first sexual encounter with a man.
Yeah, so I was the last thing I remember is going to the toilet to do the coke, and then I'm suddenly at a bus stop, and I'm making out with this lad, and I was like, "Oh, this is new. What's going on here?"
Yeah.
And then he's fiddling with me cock, and
Fiddling with your cock, playing it like a fiddle.
Yeah. Probably
Yeah.
bogan.
Yeah.
he was a little Asian fella as well.
Woo!
But
That
because
was his name.
yeah. Well, actually, I blacked out the introduction, so I don't know how it went from me being at a bus stop to this happening.
Did he drug you?
No, I jugged myself.
Oh, you drug? Yeah.
So it was usually it's the guy giving you the coke that's later going to assault you, but no,
Yeah.
this guy was just on the watch for people to get. But no, I was fine with it because I was so out of it. I was just like, yeah, anything, it's all good. I was pretty open minded at that.
You're
moment.
out of it and then into it at the
Yeah,
same time.
exactly. Yeah.
Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
He blew me for a couple of seconds.
The third kind. Nice. So he blew you.
But very half-heartedly for a couple of seconds. He blew me like a woman. That's what he did. Just no commitment.
It sounds
to
like
it all.
everyone blows you the same way then.
Yeah.
No.
They get a taste of it. They're like, no, it's not for me.
Yeah.
He blew me like a woman. Oh, that's such a great line. Suck that dick like a man. Yeah, because women, they don't. I've never had my flute sucked by a woman now. But the night is young. But the
So is your date.
but what was there a meaning behind that now? Do you think there's a difference between the way a woman sucks a flute and a man sucks a flute?
Well, I the stereotypical thing is a woman just blows it for a couple of seconds so it counts, so she can kind of tick it off. Like it's technically done.
All right, okay. So he's, and hang on, I think we've skipped some steps here. Is he blowing you at the bus stop?
Yeah. I mean, okay,
Wow.
we're a few yards away, but we're not far
Right,
from
are
the
you at least in the bushes or something?
No, it's.
He's the friends in the bush.
I think we're like across the road from like Moorgate Station. Wait, no, Barbican Station.
Barbican. Oh, right, okay. And bit of Barbican sauce. But the
More gay station.
yeah. So there's little there's little Asian twink.
Yeah.
He's sucking you off. And where does it go from there?
Well, eventually,
He goes, there's my bus. See you later.
Yeah. Well, eventually, I was just like, I didn't even get on the right bus. I was like, oh, a bus is here. That'll do.
Yeah.
Let's. So, and then he follows me on the bus. And then, I don't know where to get off, and I'm not really recognizing where I am.
In his mouth.
And then,
It's like baby rain queer.
and then I'm messaging my friend like desperately because the bus is like, oh, the next stop is the last, and I'm like, this is not where I live.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do. So I'm messaging my friend, but like I can't type. I can't see the phone. So
Right.
I just
Oh,
texted
'cause
him.
you're so fucked up,
I
yeah.
texted him absolute nonsense. So then we get off the bus because it's the last stop, and the guy's like, "No, come on, I'll get us beer." I'm like, "The last thing I need is beer, but I'm an alcoholic." So
Yeah.
so he gets us some Budweiser.
Yeah.
And we start drinking it in like some benches in like a little park,
Mm-hmm.
and then I blacked out again. And then. The next thing I'm back home the next afternoon.
Yeah.
And no wallet.
That's a long time.
I think you got raped, Duffy.
Yeah, I think it did, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if you're going to get raped by a race, I think Asian's probably the best.
Yeah, I think they're, yeah. I don't know, I mean...
I feel like they'd be gentle.
What's the worst?
I mean, it was kind of like a reverse it was a reverse Vietnam situation. It was it was an Asian man.
Yeah.
Because there was a guy in and I'm surprised the Netflix thing hasn't been made about it yet, but he was going around, Asian guy, and he was drugging men and then raping them in his flat. And then one guy, I think, woke up mid-rape, and he escaped, called the police, and then the police got there, and then is it kind of like the Dahmer thing? And this wasn't too long ago, this was a few years ago in London, and then was it in Manchester or London? I can't remember. And then the police found all these photos, like just hundreds of photos of him just like blowing lads when they were asleep and fucking lads in the ass and stuff. I think he raped about 100 men or something. It's impressive
innings.
stuff.
Yeah.
Good innings. Yeah. And
He's going for the record.
he is going for the record. He's trying to break my record.
Being a century.
Yeah, he's in prison now. Good luck to him. But so you
Bless
wake up
his
the next
heart.
day.
So yeah, no wallet. And so I somehow got the fella's number. And I call him up and I'm like, oh, do you know where my wallet is?
You didn't happen to blow me last night while I was
Yeah.
sleeping.
And now, to be fair,
He goes, you know where my wallet goes? He goes, check your asshole.
to be fair, like at the best of times, I did not understand the guy the night before because I was drunk. It's because his grasp of English wasn't too great.
So it wasn't Tedetto Yanase, was it by any chance? Last week's guest.
It
No?
could have been. I understood them both equally well.
Oh God. So anyway, you text him saying,
Well, I called him up. I said, "Oh, any chance you know where my wallet is?" Because to be fair, I don't know how I got home because I was so lost. So like, I could have easily been mugged or just lost my wallet on the way home.
Yeah.
Let's not That's not he's guilty of some crime, but he's not necessarily guilty of all the crimes that happened to me that night.
No, let's not racially profile here. Yeah.
So, and I couldn't understand anything he was saying except "I love you."
Wow.
Too fast. It was too fast.
Very
for me.
fast. Yeah.
Wait, I mean, it wasn't even a date. We had one encounter, and he's already going to love.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then what type of Asian was he now? Was he
South Asian.
so Indian?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay, like a Ridwan. It
Yeah.
wasn't Ridwan.
It wasn't Ridwan, no.
Anyway, you kind of look like a white Ridwan.
Okay.
Is that an
That's so
insult?
offensive.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
No.
yes.
So you got a good head of hair. It's just the beard, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said that. I apologize. But if anything, that's a compliment. But
You're the only person who wants to fuck with one.
yeah, I don't know what it is. It's just got a certain je ne sais quoi. But
Queer.
Je ne sais queer. But there's some guy here in what's his name again? Louis something. He has a bit about. He goes, my favorite bird is a crow. And he goes, they have a certain je ne sais quoi. Great joke. Amazing joke. But anyway, so you call this Asian guy, he's there like, I love you, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Actually, no, he's Indian, so we're not going to do the Indian voice. But,
Next one now.
Yeah, I love you, Duffy Connors. I love you very much. And now, are you like, oh, yeah, buddy, I love you as well? And
No, I just kind of cut my losses at that point.
Right.
Just hung up. Well, luckily he couldn't call me again because my phone immediately died forever. Like after that phone call,
Right.
Which is a pity. If I just lost the phone and
killed
kept the
itself.
wallet,
Yeah.
It was so embarrassed
it
for you.
was so
it
embarrassed.
didn't want to be associated with me anymore.
Yeah.
I was a
Yeah.
ruined man.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. If that's where did you wake up in your own house?
Yeah, I don't know how. Yeah,
Right. Okay.
somehow like a homing beacon found my way home.
Yeah, man. Well, it sounds like you got raped, but
Yeah. I didn't make it to my shift to the hospital that night. I
I'd
needed
say-
some recovery.
Yeah.
You were at the hospital, but
yeah. And so is that the only encounter you've had with a man?
So there was I was telling a friend that story.
Yeah.
And then a gay friend of mine.
Yes.
And he was the only person who wasn't laughing. Which
'Cause
was
he
a
was
concern.
aroused.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but I didn't get that at the time. I was just like, I thought he was judging me or something. But
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
no. So then he messaged me later. He was like, "Hey, remember that story you were telling me in the pub? Do you want to come over to my hotel and
wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I'll get some booze and
Right.
and I'll suck you off.
So has all your encounters been based off this first one? You just
Yeah.
keep telling that
Just
story.
keep telling that
Rob,
story,
like,
and then
Rob's gonna be like, "Do you want to just stick around?"
yeah,
after
stick around after the podcast, and we'll leave the cameras running. And I mean, why do you think I have my legs crossed? But
Yeah, you can't tell a story about how you'll get with any man to a gay man and not expect.
it's a catnip.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, absolutely. So he says to you, "Was it a comedian?"
Yeah.
It was Larry Dean. No, Eddie Izzard.
No.
Eddie Izzard gay?
No.
No, I don't know.
It's complicated.
Oh, it's complicated. Yeah,
That's what Eddie told me.
we won't out the person if they don't want to be outed. But so anyway, you go to this guy's hotel. Is it?
Yeah. It's not someone London based, so you wouldn't know him anyway. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So
was this in India? Like where?
No. This was in London.
This was in London,
but it was
okay.
their hotel.
Okay.
So I say it was a travel lodge.
Travelodge. I've been there.
It was a comedian on not on tour, but in London for a few days.
Right.
So went to the hotel and blowjob didn't materialize. It was a hand job in the end.
Right. You're like,
Oh wow, he oversold.
Yeah,
exactly.
It
Underdelivered.
was a hand job.
And I didn't want to ask. Like maybe he's got something that his mouth would give me, so maybe he's looking out for me, but
Yeah.
not putting the mouth on it. I don't
like,
know.
I'm gonna travel lodge this cock in your fucking mouth.
Maybe he just lost his nerve at the last second.
Yeah.
The handle too.
So he just gave you a hand job.
Yeah. Although
Did you reciprocate?
no,
The Italian hand
that was
job.
never part of the deal. Because this is still before I knew I was bi. This story.
See,
had
I don't believe this
Yeah.
fucking shit. When people go, at the time I didn't know I was bi. I mean, I had a cock in my mouth. But,
Yeah.
like, you knew. I don't know. See, I'm very, what's the word? Skeptical. So you're just getting, you're kind of ambivalent about this.
Yeah.
So are you fully clothed? Is he like?
No,
fucking-
I'm naked. What was good is
Was he clothed?
No, he was naked too. So he used lube, which was good because I never used lube, and I was like, oh, this is a nice treat.
This is exotic. We don't have the lube in Ireland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He ate smuggled-
after the great lube drought.
yeah.
They followed the famine. But so you're both naked.
Yeah.
Which is totally unnecessary for a hand job.
Yeah, but I think it was just, it was gonna. I don't know. It's just. Set the mood.
It did set the mood. Yeah. So you're sitting down and he's just pulling the bar off you, is it? Yeah.
Yeah. I think we might have done it twice. I can't remember. He definitely asked me again.
Yeah.
At some point, I started saying no to him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
A series of unfortunate hand jobs. Eventually, I said no.
Was it at least a good hand job?
Yeah. It's just, I'm very hard to give a hand job to. Like to finish, I need to be in a certain position.
Oh yeah.
On my knees. I don't know why.
You need to be CEO.
I don't know. Maybe it's a gravity thing, but I need to be on my knees. I think it needs to be pointed either straight or downwards.
Wait, actually on your knees?
Yeah.
Wow.
We usually with some pillows to keep the knees.
Interesting.
Keep the knees safe.
Well, you have to be on your knees,
facing across,
regardless of facing Mecca.
Yeah, exactly. 5 times a day.
Yeah. How did that start?
I don't know. I guess it's just how I jerk off. So
I think
it comes from that.
You jerk off on your knees.
Yeah. Maybe it's a Catholic guilt thing. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. I mean, you're just used to praying, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what. So, like, even if you're jerking off on your bed, you'll get up on your knees.
Yeah.
That's fucking bizarre. I mean, people have said some bizarre shit on that couch, but to say you can only come when you're on your knees is.
Absolutely. I mean, well, I would say for a hand job, I have come when I've been on the bottom of when there's a lady on top of me.
Right, because I was going to say, you've got a girlfriend now, like how you're like, oh, we got to come up you get. Like, yeah, I need to get on my knees. I mean, fuck me. I know, yeah, I remember I had a cousin who said he had a friend who got kicked in the balls really hard once. And then whatever, it did something to him that he could only come when he was on his knees, yeah, so... I don't know what. He's just something about the angle.
That's the only way someone can kick you in the balls.
Yeah,
while
true.
You're coming.
Yeah. Someone kicked him in the balls and he went, oh, and he got down on his knees. And so that was the only. So those 2 sexual encounters with men, and then that was it.
That and the fairy story. Yeah,
Please
those are the
tell the fairy story.
Okay.
Tell the fairy story, or I'm gonna kill you.
What about the Patreon? Are we on the Patreon yet? Then even less people will hear it.
We are. It's 40
Okay,
minutes.
well, this is just for the Patreon, which is, so plug that.
Yes,
He saved the best for the Patreon.
Yes, absolutely. All right, guys, that was Duffy Connors. You can follow him on Instagram at Duffy Connors. If you want to hear the ferryman story, it's a great fucking story. I tried to get him to tell it on the public episode, but he wanted to do it on the Patreon, so that's the way it is. So yeah, if you want to sign up to the Patreon, the link is in the description. If you can't afford to subscribe to the Patreon, you can also support the podcast by just telling people about it. I would be forever indebted to you if you did that, and I'm forever indebted to you just for listening to this shite, and I appreciate the support. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the episode, and yeah, I'll see you next week. All right, guys, I love you. Bye.